Hey guys, one more another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Tuesday evening. Hope we're all okay. Hope we're all all right. Hope the day's treated you well. And it was a little bit warmer / less wet than where it is where you are than it was here, because it's been pretty miserable all day today, and it should be for a few days to come. In this video though, we are talking Joao Gomes, the Wolves midfielder. We're talking Conor Gallagher and potential and expected bid. We're going to be talking about Pedro Neto, Emerson Royale, new sponsorship, potentially a unexpected name, I guess, joining the first team from the youth. Ignore that thumbs up. Apologies again. Yeah, plenty to talk about, plenty to get into. Just to say that if you're watching this and you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. Obviously, got a lot to get through, and we haven't got as much time as everyone thinks, because at 8 o'clock is obviously the French and the Spanish Euro 2024 semi-final. Obviously, we'll be doing the watch along. We'll probably go live about 10 to 8 on the Andy Levy YouTube channel. Links in the description. Give us a subscribe and come join us. We're going to be doing a watch along there to enjoy the game together. But yeah, we've got plenty to get into, and I'm not going to dilly-dally. But Evening Van Gogh, mate, how are we? Remind me, Van Gogh, to do that poll later. Just remind me to do that later. Evening Tottenham, how are we then? Evening Spurs. Evening Sonia. Well, Sonia, I'll catch you for the watch along. That's for sure. Evening Joshua, how are you? Evening Daniel, how are you, mate? You right? Evening Tom, how are we? Right, we've got some pretty good people in the chat this evening. So let's jump in. We've got loads to talk about. Graham Bailey to start, and he was talking about Joao Gomes, and he said neither Joao Gomes nor Wolves are in any rush to pursue a transfer this summer, despite strong interest from a number of Premier League clubs. Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, and Tottenham have all inquired. Now, I don't foresee him leaving Wolves purely, in my opinion. Wolves don't really truly need to sell him. You know, he's a very young player, quite crucial to their team, very talented as well, very, very talented. I think when we played Wolves, I noticed he was kind of the biggest issue that we faced in those games. I don't foresee him leaving Wolves whatsoever. But if he was to if he was to leave Wolves, I would want Spurs to be all over this personally. I would. Hey Spursy Kiss, how are you? Hey Marshall, mate, how are you? What is the source? Well, I just told you. It's Graham Bailey. Hey Jason Matt, how are we, mate? You all right? Agate, well, I don't know how much Agate truly is. I'm steering clear of that. Hey Yun Lee, it's 1:03 a.m. here and awake watching your live video. Crikey, Yun Lee. Yun Lee, where are you in the world? It's 1:03. So where are you? Here comes Van Gogh causing havoc in my comments again. What a surprise! Right, moving on to Emerson Royal. Bear with me. There's no real specific order to this. I'm just going along everything that I've seen. So we're talking about Emerson Royal. And just to give you a bit of a brief update, AC Milan are working with Tottenham to find an agreement to sign Emerson Royal. So one thing I would say is hopefully this week we get a resolution to that deal. We talk about Conor Gallagher. It's a bit boring. Look, I'm going to have to talk about him in a minute. This feels like another one that the more I've talked about, the more I'm bored of, if I'm honest. And I don't, not in a bad way. I'm not trying to be mean about anything. It's just a bit like, I thought this would have been done by now. Now, I don't mind, like I said in a previous video, I don't mind this taking an extra couple of weeks just to make sure that we don't get mugged off in the deal and the deal is correct and we get a good amount of money. An extra couple of weeks doesn't hurt a soul. But I was hoping this would be done by now, if I'm honest. Indonesia. Interesting, Yunli. Interesting. Evening, Mark, mate. How are you? I think it'll be done by Saturday. Hopefully so, Josh. I do hope it's done by Saturday. Hey, Darren, mate. How are you? You're right. Eating a Hershey bar right now, Andy. I mean, we have them in England, but I've never had one. Shrooms, I tell you what. Do you know what we should do? Apologies to anyone that's here for transfers. Just a second. We did that KA drink, which was just genuinely awful. One of the worst things I've ever tasted. Do you know what we should do? Is once a week, I'm going to try something new that someone suggested in the chat. So, Streams, if you remind me, maybe next week or later this week, Hershey bar, and I'll have one on stream to see what it's like. All right, because they do them in England, so I can get one, but I've never had one, so I'll give it a go. Evening, Hogan, mate. How are you, mate? You all right? I heard there was a pre-season game this Saturday against Oxford United. Am I mistaken? Well, thank God. we're getting there. There's a lot to talk about. We're getting there. Sorry, evening, mate. That's all right, Liam, mate. You're here, and that's the important thing. You haven't missed too much, which is okay as well. And Van Gogh, remember the rules. If anyone says, what have I missed? That's your job. That's your job, Van Gogh, all right, mate? I gave it to him in the first stream. He did it for the first person, and then he just buggered off. I had to do it myself. One job he's got. Sorry, but American chocolate ain't all that. Well, I've never had it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. All good. Good to hear, mate. Good to hear. Gallagher doesn't want to leave Chelsea. I don't think we should go for him. Well, let's come to him in a minute. I will come to him in a minute, I promise you. Griezmann's been dropped. Well, we'll check the teams out in a minute. Obviously, doing that watch along at 8, so join us because we'll be able to worry about all that in a minute there as well. I beg your pardon. Worst drink ever you ever tasted is awful, mate. Awful. Just saying, not try and start World War III. You get me? Let's not start them with the Americans, mate. They'd kick our backsides probably. You're lagging. You are. Sort yourself out. Højbjerg was mega against England, if I remember. Stuck in long-range daisy cutters. Would he stay? No, he's getting sold. Honestly, you should try the Swedish fish candy too. I just tried them for the first time yesterday. Really good fish candy. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? Evening, Caleb, mate. How are you? Explain, please, what? America and World War III. I think the answer's there, mate. Yuck. Yeah, it doesn't sound great. Fish candy. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Anyway, let's talk Conor Gallagher. Let's move on. Ben Jacobs through watch playback, which I sort of noticed watch playback is gone quite popular recently with I mean, they do lots of different sports on there, but I saw Ben Jacobs. I saw Fabrizio Romano was on there as well, but he talked about Conor Gallagher and he said that Tottenham Hotspur still expected to submit a bid to Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher. Now, obviously, we talked about him, was it yesterday, saying that Atletico were, you could say, maybe in prime position, pole position even, to sign him. I really don't know what to make of this deal anymore. I think Ange would improve him. I think the Chelsea situation is obviously not going to help him, but also I kind of have a feeling that Chelsea are doing all they can with all the rubbish that they don't really want, to sell that off and to be able to keep a Conor Gallagher, which he's very popular in the Chelsea fan base. So, not to annoy the Chelsea fan base too much, Yeah, I don't know what that is, Jason. On my way to get a NASA caliber router. Well, sort yourself out, Van Gogh, mate. You got one job. You're letting me down, mate. All right. Old school Tizer. Oh, Daniel. I don't need to try that, Daniel. I used to quite enjoy Tizer. Like an Iron Brew, Tizer, Cherry Aid, all those sort of things. Used to love it. The happy shopper stuff from the news agents. Daniel will know. Some of you won't know what that is, but Daniel should hopefully know and help me on that one. Quick recap of what's been said, Van Gogh. Oh, I see you've commented back to him. Caleb, Van Gogh told you what you missed, mate, I promise. What is that? I don't know what fish candy is, mate. I'll have to Google it. KA is the best drink in the world. Wrong, Darren. You're wrong because summer fruit squashes. Come on. You already know the rules. You know the rules. He set me up there, didn't it? It was like an alley-oop. Surely not candy made from fish. I don't know, mate. Eze Tony, and let's close this window. Well, we've got a bit more to do than that, bud. It's like these red flavored fish shaped candy. It's basically gummy bears. Oh, I like gummy bears. I do like gummy bears. I'm really a bit rough today, but fish candies crack me right up. Still laughing. Jason's easily, please. Good to see. Don't start that, Van Gogh, mate. I'm giving you work experience. Think of it like that. For me, it's free labor. For you, it's work experience. Swedish fish is like a berry fish. All right, yeah. Fanta fruit twist. Liam, you already know I love that. Sorry I'm late, but I won't ask what we've already talked about. I'll rewatch the beginning later. Well, Kieran, you'll be lucky to know. I would want you to do that anyway. But Van Gogh's here to tell you what you've missed as well. Van Gogh, can you just tell Kieran what he's missed? Thank you. Yeah, you're not wrong. Fair enough. Also, can we ban talk Gallagher? I'm sorry, this guy. I'm over talking about him, Daryl, but I have to talk about him every now and then when it's stuff coming out, Hi, Andy. On my way to work. We'll have to watch later after. That's all right, Tony. Hope the shift goes well, mate. Easily, please. Well, there you go. So there was that on the Conor Gallagher side of things. Sponsorship talk. Let's talk about this quickly. It's from Alistair Gold, who put it out just over an hour ago now. And it's a good little article. It's on the Football London website. And he said that Tottenham is set to announce a huge new shirt sponsorship deal in major FFP transfer fund boost. So we talked about yesterday. that YouTube video, that 55-minute video that I gave you all homework for, which I doubt any of you did, you absolute bunch of jokers. And we talked about how they were looking to kind of reinvest the money that they make profit-wise into the team. So in this article, it says Tottenham are in advanced negotiations over a new huge matchday shirt sleeve sponsorship deal, which is expected to be announced as early as this month. Spurs' shirt sleeve partnership with Cinch was meant to last 5 years after being signed in 2021, but the online car selling company is believed to have exercised an early exit option as it pullbacks on its sponsorship commitments, having done the same with the Scottish Premiership Football League deal. That early exit is to have benefited Tottenham greatly, as Football London understands that they have now made the most of rising sponsorship valuations, are in advanced talks to agree a matchday shirt sleeve deal with a new partner that will dwarf the 10 million a year that we're getting from Cinch. Happy days. Happy days. Making more money, which is, there you go, Daniel. We can all love Daniel in this regard. Make more money there. Just make sure you put that back into the team. That's all I'm going to say. They did talk to the South African government about sponsorship from the tourism arm. They talked in February last year on a 3-year deal that had been worth 911 million rand, which would have been equivalent to 42.5 million with the exchange rate at that time. So basically about 14 million. Is that 14 million a year? About 14 million a year. Obviously, that BetMGM training top, that's worth 10 million a year. So Spurs are at it with these transfers, aren't these sponsorships, aren't they? I am 17, mate. Still a child labour of car. You're above 16, mate. You're just cheap. You're just cheap labour for workforces until you're 18. I just love a good laugh, peeps. There you go. Where's Donna? She doesn't normally join the second one. Second one, normally not Donna. First one. Oh, you did watch it, Liam. Well, Liam did his homework because I guarantee none of you did. Don't spawn out of nowhere, making herself. Yeah, I know. Great businessman, in all fairness, Levy. Yeah, do you know what? You can be Levy out and also reckon that he's half decent at his business side of things, Yeah, Fabrizio Romano and Ornstein are the only sources I trust. And me, Marshall, yeah? That's us three. Well, Andy, are you water it through him because you're down? Oh my God. No, that was actually got me. That one's actually got me. Fair play, Van Gogh, mate. Van Gogh, fair play. I just stared at the stream for 2 minutes straight just to realise I was lagging. Talk about rubbish Wi-Fi in the fantastic state of Florida. Maybe put the Shroomsy, put the Hershey's wrapper down and just get to your Wi-Fi and sort it out, God. Donna, yeah. Okay, dog ate my homework. Oh, yeah, Daniel. Yeah. And he had a lovely glass of Tizer to go alongside that one, did he? And he links or Rex. Is Rex what links is Rec? We got him, lads. We got him. Yeah, we got him. You got me. I'm hard to break with laughter, but you did get me, Van Gogh. So shout out, mate. I'm slowly understanding the duo hype. Good on you, mate. We got him. Sorry, Andy Curtis. That's all right, mate. Yeah, fair enough. You got me, lads. You got me. Do you know what, lads? Join me in the watch long for the French Spanish game, because I tell you, why am I getting thumbs up again? I don't know what this Mac does to me, but it does something. Join me in that watch long because I'm a lot more low key. I don't really worry about Spurs as much in there, if you know what I mean. How much money do you have left to spend on this window? Well, we spent 40 in theory. When you talk about the whole total spend on a player, there's a lot more to spend, dude. Orange Army. No wreck, mate. And did you see Marseille getting green with 30 million? I did see that. I saw a lot of bad press for Fabrizio Romano on that deal, but I also saw a lot of bad press for Roberto De Zerbi on that deal because he made some potentially quite uninformed comments on it. A lot of Brighton fans were unhappy. Unhappy indeed, and I don't blame them. Hello, everyone just came back from leg day at the gym. Les. Cheers, Les. That's a person who decides not to look top heavy in the gym or a triangle. Good on you for training legs, mate. Good on you for training legs. It's good for men to be training legs. I can promise you that. Howdy, Andy. How are you, mate? Everyone smash the like button. Spurs got a new sponsorship deal with Summer Fruit Squash. Milton, appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much for joining me. Good morning to you, sir. How are you? Do you know what? If they ever got a deal with Summer Fruit Squash, I've got to be on the advert. I have to be in the advert, as no one deserves it more than me. Marseille paid a lot to put their legs... Yeah. I'm in bed seeing this secretly from my parents. Well, as long as your parents are at least Spurs fans, they'd understand you, Lee. Inside squash. Oh, I like it, Madsy. I like it, Madsy. Madsy, I was this close to commenting on one of your Twitter posts today because it was a good post, and I was about to cook you for no reason. And I thought that's going to go down so poorly to someone that doesn't understand my reaction to people through my subscribers list. Felt weak from the back though, from injury, so less weight. Yeah, take the back carefully, mate. My tips, Alez, you can join me in this in the other watch along at 8, and we can talk more gym. Tips are warm up properly, roll out as well, warm up sets, activate mind muscle connection when it comes to the legs, and try and just hold a little bit back to start. Okay, if you've had an injury recently, try a little bit back to start and build up. Okay. I used to power lift, and my lower back's not great when it comes to squats anymore. Neither is my knee, but that's because of football. I destroyed it. How much for Douay you reckon? They're saying 50 minutes. No, it won't be 50. Be between. They said it'd be about 34 to 44, somewhere in there. Who'll be the next chance for Spurs? It'll be me and inside. It'll be me and inside squash. What post? It was a thread. I can't remember exactly, Madsy. It was a thread. You like Gatorade? Gatorade. I must have had Gatorade before. Do you know? I can't even remember. Blue Powerade. If you know, you know. It's great for hangovers. Van Gogh, it's a year till you can start legally drinking, mate, in England. Blue Powerade for when you wake up in the morning. That and flat, full-fat Coke. Thank me later. And did you think we'll sign anyone this week? No, I actually don't. I only drink fused tea. Oh, of course you do. Freak. Was it a thread I recommend from SW Spurs? It might have been. I think I follow him, actually. He's a good laugh. Blue Powerade, the cure. You already know it, the wizard. You already know it. Powerade banging. Yeah. Is Prime energy drink. I don't even know what Prime is, drink-wise. I don't know if it is an energy drink or not. I haven't got a clue, to be honest, Yunli. Thought it was well written, and it was held up well apart past a year. Yeah, well, that he does speak some good stuff. Do it for 35 deal. It's not outrageous. Freak, mate, you drink summer fruit squash. Van Gogh, don't make me demote you in this chat. You would not like that. There is to do a Madsy, fair play, mate. Right, moving on. So that was the sponsorship side of things. Alistair Gold, in his Golden Guest podcast, was talking about George Abbott. Okay, and he was saying that he reckons George Abbott is going to be one that's going to be pushed towards the first team this season. If he doesn't, he's going out on loan. People at the club were very pleased with his development last season. Actually, appeared in the Premier League under Ryan Mason, which is a bit of a rogue one. Sorry, a rogue one. They quite like the fact he played multiple positions, so midfield and right back are the positions that he can quite play. 18 years old. He turns 19 in about 6 weeks time. Well, I like George Abbott. I do. You know, good leader. The fact he played multiple positions, I think, is massive for this team. Hey, the youth that are coming through. If you ever wanted youth to be featured at Spurs, this is going to be the season that you're going to want to know about it, you know. 35 million Levy has to do it. Prime has 2 different drinks, but there's been a lot of controversy, especially with the gym content breaking down Prime and that it's misleading. Haven't seen it. The duo puns are too easy. They are. Greetings from America. Finally able to catch a stream timing-wise. Hey, Swaggy Boost. Shout out the Celtics. And shout out the Olympic team. They're going to be Swaggy Boost and Shroomsy, if you know NBA. Cooper Flag. That guy's going to be a problem. That guy's going to be a problem. But yeah, Swaggy Boost, mate. Check me at 8 o'clock on the Andy Levy YouTube channel. You'll be able to do the watch along for the Spurs the France Spain game. Just drink some Buckfast. Good for hungover. I tried Prime once. It's terrible. Oh, I can demote you. I'm in charge. Technically, I am in charge, Van Gogh, mate. Thank you very much, son. That 100% sounds like Andy. Get out of it, Shroomsy. Are the rumours true about Szymanski to Spurs? No. Ian from Belfast, what do you think of Gio plus Castro, Jacob Ramsey? Any truth in this? Well, Darren, I talked about it in the first stream today, mate, and I said there is obviously some substance to this. It's potentially that we've obviously had a bid rejected a few weeks ago, but I also said, look, I don't want it to become a point where, if we're talking 20 million plus Gio that was rejected, 25 million plus Gio is probably about right. 25 million I might stretch to, but if it's anything like 30 and above, then I'm not really that keen on it personally. But 25 million, I think, probably is a fair deal for all included. Our youth are cooking. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm praying Jed Spence gets his act together and plays for us this season. I doubt it, my dude. I think he will be going elsewhere. Are you worried about Man United possibly getting De Ligt, Agate, Xerxes, Euro, or Branthwaite? Euro, I think, is going to Man United. I think it will go to Real Madrid, to be honest. Euro. They need to spend something about 70 million on Branthwaite. De Ligt. Yeah, okay. Xerxes. Yeah, sure. Agate. I mean, we're talking about a team who says that they don't have much money to spend, but if De Ligt's going to cost you about 60, Agate is going to cost you about minimum 40, Xerxes, a whole deal, is going to cost you about 60, Branthwaite's costing you 70, that's 230 million. By all means, crack on. Spurs will spend 230 million and get better value for their money. I'm not as worried about Man United. Our youth is like Man United when they have Ronaldo. Bold, Yinley. I can't lie, if we give him 30 million plus the sell side, take it. I don't know. Too much for me. 25. We don't need him anyways. Youth's too good. There'll be at least 3 to 4 players coming from the youth. Yeah. Well, look, Mikey Moore's going to be featured this year. Tyrese Hall, they talked about, should hopefully get some minutes. You never know about sort of an Ashley Phillips. Is he going to be a centre back for us this year? Let's see on like a Dane Scarlett, a Lancashire kind of backup striker vibe, and obviously George Abbott. Let's see about all of them. Let's see. Outcomes we are not in for Jaden Feligene. He is what we lack. Yeah, I think I'm just not. He's probably maybe Ange. Maybe the data doesn't back what we want to see in him. I would take Agate any day of the week. I think we can do even better than Agate, mate. To be honest, our youth is going to win the Premier League in the future. Well, I would love it, Yinley. Would love it. Would love it. I don't care what they do because we're getting Due Neto. Pretty sure, anyways. I would sell Richie in a heartbeat if we could replace him with a Pender. You're threatening Madsy. Too many people with a good time there. I really do hope we sign Tony. While I like Richie, he's too inconsistent for me. Well, if you were to have, Sonny on the left, another striker, and a Richie, you're bound to score a lot more goals this year. Many more goals this year. So there's that on one George Abbott. Right, moving on to Pedro Neto. Again, Ben Jacobs through the playback said that Tottenham Hotspur and Wolves winger Pedro Neto will be one of the situations to watch. Key on this one between now and the end of the summer transfer window. So that gives me a pause for concern. Not because I think he might cost a lot. Not because I think he's injury prone or anything like that. I don't want anyone to think it's that. What I'm thinking is I think Wolves are going to... And by the way, Wolves are more than welcome to do this. Play a bit of hardball. Try and get a great deal for Neto that they want. I don't want Spurs to be faffing around with what in theory could be our marquee signing this summer, potentially, for another 6 weeks. I'm not interested. We're not Man United. We don't do stupid things like that. We do things where we go, we can't get him. We're moving on. We're going to go get someone else. We want to get someone else in early instead of faffing around and praying that we're going to get someone, We're finished if we buy Neto. Santiago will get games this year, I think. Interesting. 10 games max. Richie needs one more season at least. I would not sell him at all this window. I don't think we will anyway. I feel like we should keep Richie and just bring in another striker, honestly. Yeah, I agree, Shrimsy. Need 2 proper strikers for rotation, though, so no point selling Richie. We won't spend 100 million plus on strikers in one window. No, we won't. We won't. Yeah, I'd be happy to keep Richie, but can't rely on him to lead the line season long. Well, he picks up too many niggling injuries, doesn't he? Little small injuries here and there. So, yeah, I would say I'd rather bring in someone else to give him support. Because I think you got to think we've got 4 competitions next season. He's going to get plenty of game time as well, Neto's 30 mil max. Whoa, Rex really not keen on him. It's too risky to buy 2 strikers and expect them to do the job straight away. Yeah, I think you add in a striker to help. And then, maybe next year you might want to move on from a Richie and then bring in another striker, I would try to call you Reguilon and or Solomon for Neto. Would say 40 million plus players. If we sign Neto, then we need to sack the scouts. So I'll go for Jadon, Nico, or Chiesa. Well, look, I'm not, if Ange truly wanted Neto, then obviously I'll back it. It's not my first choice, but if Ange truly wants him, I will absolutely back it because, we want to give the manager what he wants. Obviously, I totally get that. It's not what I would want, but I'm also not the manager of Tottenham Hotspur. Although some of you may think I am, which I'm sorry to say that I'm not. So there is that. Right, quick little look at the France versus Spain teams. Obviously, Spain are missing some players in this in this game. Here we go. Let's have a look. So someone said Griezmann was dropped. So let's have a look at Spain first. Una Simon, Jesus Navas, Nacho, Laporte, Cucurella. Should have taken Pedro Porro. Rodri, Fabian Ruiz, Dani Almo, Yamal, Morata, Nico Williams. I thought Morata was suspended. Maybe I misheard someone. Still got plenty of players off the bench, Spain, to help them. Zubamendi's on the bench. That's how good their midfield is, by the way. The France team, Mike Magnon, Hernandez, Saliba, Meccano, Quende, Rabiot, Tchouaméni, and Kante. Talk about Brexit football. Mbappe, Colomwani, and Dembele. So no Griezmann. No Griezmann. I would have put Griezmann in ahead of Rabiot and put Tchouaméni and Kante as the eights, personally. But hey. But don't mention much to get put off the books and buy Solanke. Evening, Polly. How are you? Neto's a good player. If we sign Neto, I'd be so excited, but it means Ange knows injuries won't be a problem, then we won't sign him otherwise. Well, fair enough. His injury record is scary. If we want to bring in Doué and Neto and want to strike, we have to sell Richie just because of squad regulation rules in Europe. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Because we've got a lot of players that can play right back who are actually homegrown. George Abbott, I just talked about, could. I would sell Kulusevski and buy Rafinha. I don't know. Haven't heard anything about David in a little. Canada is still in the copper, LS, mate. That's why. Also budget. I'd love Nico Williams, but his wages are mega, like double Sonny's. Not double Sonny's, but it is more than Sonny's for sure. What story of Eze? I heard we triggered the rescores. We haven't triggered release scores, Sammy. I really don't want Neto. He's always injured, and Spain will smash them. Coys. Well, Gons, mate. How are you? I'm not going to give you a prediction for the Spain-French game. Join me at 10 to 8 on the Andy Levy YouTube channel, and I'll tell you there. Come on, Spain, Polly says. Or play Eze on the left, true. He'll fail medical if they aren't sure on his fitness. Bold. Take care, Polly. Take care. Neto makes Lo Celso look reliable. Damn. France, Spain, what team do you want them to win? Yun Lee, you have to join me on the Andy Levy YouTube channel for me to tell you. Man or Solomon, what about him? There won't be much news until Euros and Copper is over. Need to be patient. We can get to it, though, in the meantime, I guess. Olympics? Van Gogh? Off to feed the horse. That's a fair enough reason to not be on the stream, Polly. Fair enough reason. Spain starting Navas and Mbappe would cook him and Porro would be laughing at home. Porro right now must be going, how the hell am I not in this squad? You know, as much as I'm enjoying the preseason content with him, he should be in that squad. France England was so boring to watch. Do you think Man City name for us to get to pay up when Euros finish? Well, maybe. Agents play games all the time, don't they? They play games all the time trying to get moves to clients and, the used teams. Spurs get used a lot. United get used the most. United get used an abrupt amount, But yeah, my comment there, second channel, subscribe. Join me in about 20 minutes over there to watch the France-Spain game together. We're watching, chatting all sorts, chatting summer fruit squash, obviously, but chatting all sorts of stuff, not just Spurs, all right? We try and keep it away from Spurs, to be honest, and just have a good chat about stuff. So you can bring up any comment, any foods, any drinks or anything like that. I'll always talk about them. And join me over there in about 20 minutes to watch the game. That is everything for this video, though. I really appreciate you all joining me this evening to talk Spurs. Obviously, talking Joao Gomes, talking new sponsorship, talking new youth coming through into the first team. We talked, obviously, Gallagher, Neto. Yeah, we talked about loads of new people. So thank you all very much for joining. We need wingers. We'll see. I'll see you in 20 minutes, Gons, then, mate. Thank you for the sub over there. Appreciate it. Yeah, join me over there in 20 minutes. I'll see you all very, very soon. Milton, have a great day at work, mate. And I'll see you all very soon. Enjoy your evening. Take care, everyone. See you shortly.